Okay, so for this bonus tutorial, I'm going to show you how to adapt one of the ACD scripts for your own area. This is quite a tricky process, so really only do this if you're interested in how to do it. The first thing we need to do is to prepare a shapefile of our sites in QGIS. So switch to QGIS and find the sites that you want to run this analysis for. Okay, so here you can see I've exported some sites from the EAMINA database. I'm going to run automatic change detection ACD on these sites. You can see the first problem that I have is that I have both points and polygons. Now you can only do one of these at a time, so it's up to you to decide. I'm going to use the points and ignore the polygons. You could always repeat it and do it twice. You could create centroids for the polygons and merge them with the points, so you can do them all at once. But I'm going to show you them with just these points. So what you need to do, so these are the sites I've decided, so I'm going to get rid of these. Now if I open the attribute table, you can see there's a lot of very confusing fields here that we don't need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify this file. So I'm going to save a new version of it. So export, save features as. Then in my ACD folder, in my GIS folder, I've made a ACD Lebanon folder. And here I have my exported sites. But here I'm going to do ACD Lebanon points. Maybe this is a good name for it. Yep, everything else can stay the same, and then just click OK. So you see I have some new points, so I'm going to remove the old ones so I don't get confused. And then if I open the attribute table, you can see there's a lot of different fields here. And I only want to keep one field that identifies them clearly, so I just want this field, the EAMINA ID field. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the edit button, and I'm going to click the delete field button here. And then if I click on one and press Control on the keyboard and then A, it will select them all, and then I just need to go down and find EAMINA ID and deselect that. Then if I click OK, I've now removed all the different fields except EAMINA ID, which is enough for me to identify them. So I'm going to stop editing, click Save, and then we can switch back to Google Earth Engine. Make sure that you click Stop Editing and Save first though. So we're here back in Google Earth Engine. Now I need to add my sites into Google Earth Engine, and I need to then change the study area that I'm interested in, but first I need to add the sites. So to do that, you click on the Assets tab, and then you click New. This gives you different options for what you can upload, but I want to upload a shapefile, so I click Shapefile. Then click Select. You find your shapefile. For me, this is in ACD Lebanon, and these are mine. Hold the Shift key and make sure that you select the 5 different parts of the shapefile. If you just select this one, it won't work. So you need to make sure that you click the last one, hold Shift, and then click Open. You can see here are my 5 files, that's fine, that make up a shapefile. I can leave the name as this, but you can change it if you want to. For me, this is fine. And then I click Upload. This is going to take some time, but if you go to the Tasks pane, you can see if it's finished or not here, just like when you download a file. The next thing you need to do is decide which script you want to use. As you can see, there's lots of agriculture in my area of Lebanon, and I don't want this to interfere with the results, which means that I'm going to use the Madaba script. But if you are in a much more desert area and you want to include agriculture as a disturbance that you're interested in, then I suggest following the same procedure but using the Jafra script. So you just have to decide which script you want to use. You can check back to see if your if your task is finished, and here you can see that my shapefile has been uploaded to Google Earth Engine. So now I need to add this to the script. The easiest way of doing this is to go to Assets, to open it up. Sometimes you need to click refresh, but then once you click refresh, you can see ACD Lebanon points. These are the points that I want. So I'm going to click the Import button, which is this arrow, and you can see we now have the sites added to the script up here. Now there's different ways that this could be achieved, but once you have your script open and you've imported it, the easiest way is just to delete the Madaba sites or the Jafra sites by clicking the delete icon next to them, and then you can just change the name of this one to sites, which was what the Madaba or the Jafra sites used to be called, and then the script will just use those instead. So now if I click run, you can see that even with all sites on, there are no sites, and that's because you can see here feature collection 0, and that's because my study area is still in Jordan. So what I need to do is delete this one and redraw it in Lebanon, and now if I click run, you can see that my sites have appeared, 90 sites. What you can do, and you can see they're down here, is once you know the exact area they cover, you can then reduce the size of the study area so that the script doesn't have to work so hard. So I'll do that again, and we can see there's still 90 sites, and here they are. So now the script should work fine. However, there is a problem because this script was for polygons, and as you can see I imported points, and now they have a very small buffer that isn't going to find anything. So you need to go down in the script until you reach the buffer, line 125 in this case, buffer the sites, and then we're going to change, because these are points, I'm going to change this to 200. Now if you were using the Jafra script and you were using polygons, you'd actually need to reduce this from 200 to 10, because that script was designed for points. So if you're using points, you need to make sure this is 200, and if you're using polygons, you need to make sure this is 10 also. You can use a bigger buffer if you want. So now if I click run, we have my study area, my sites now a lot bigger, and you can see it is now calculating automatic change detection in this area. And you can see this is finally finished, and now you can see that change has been detected at 40 of these sites, the yellow polygons. And you can see I have, if I turn it on, you can also see my change, no agriculture raster that's loading. Now the reason it's better to use polygons than points is that a lot of these a lot of this change will be agricultural because of the large buffer, because the buffer areas are so large at 200 meters. So it's better when possible to use polygons with a 10 meter buffer, because then you're going to get fewer false positives. But anyway, now you can just carry on as though this were the Madaba or Jafra dataset. You go to tasks and you can export these, open them in Google Earth and in QGIS, and have a look and see if you can find the sites. The other thing, of course, that you can do is that you can change the dates based on when you're most interested. So this one is set to around the summer of 2018 and the summer of 2017. you can change that to whatever you like, the most up to date, for example, or based on when the imagery on Google Earth is good.